Hello there friends and followers, and welcome to this Microsoft Flight Simulator video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at FSRealistic, an Immersion add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator. FSRealistic is the successor of XPRealistic, which was rated as one of the top 3 add-ons for X-Plane 11. In this video we are going to be taking a look at its features and what it brings in terms of immersion into your flight simulation experience in the sim. Please note that FSRealistic was developed within the limits of the SDK available by Microsoft. Therefore, the camera movements are imitations using airframe vibrations. This has been done after extensive research. Though the camera movements are not exactly realistic, they are good imitations and provide a good level of immersion in my view. Let's go ahead and take a look at FSRealistic. We are currently situated at 1 Sierra 2, Darrington Municipal Airport in the United States. We are in the Asobo default Cessna 152. In order to install FSRealistic, all you need to do is run the executable file. Once you run the executable file, you can enter your email address and the serial number to activate the product. Once you connect to Microsoft Flight Simulator, you will be presented with the FSRealistic control panel. If you're a previous user of XPRealistic, you'll find the FSRealistic control panel quite familiar. It comes with the About tab showing the version and the license, links to the manual, website, forum, Facebook, and a Contact Us page. The Settings tab is where you can set your master volume, auto minimize, auto start, and announce the connection. When FSRealistic starts, you will hear an audio indicating a successful connection with Microsoft Flight Simulator. The profile will show the active profile of the aircraft you're flying, the master switch that allows you to toggle all the features on or off. You can reset to the default profile, or you can link to a previously created profile. You can also copy from a certain profile that you have created previously. You can also share your profile with the community or download available profiles when they're available. The Effects tab is where all the features are listed, and similar to XPRealistic, FSRealistic gives you the ability to preview all the sounds and all the camera movements and set things exactly to your preference. Let's take a listen, for example, at the engine start. Let us now preview the ground roll. As you can see, the camera movement isn't exactly realistic. However, it does provide a good level of immersion. An over G. Stall buffet. Touchdown. That is very cool. Turbulence. Windshield. I think you get the idea. Now that we have established a good idea about FSRealistic features and have taken a look at the control panel, it's time to start the Cessna 152 and take it for a short flight to put FSRealistic to the test. We're going to turn on the master and alternators on, nav and beacon lights on. We're going to make sure our fuel is turned on and the mixture is set to full rich. I'm going to crack the throttle a little bit and let's go ahead and start the engines.
1 Sierra 2 traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra taking off runway 10 departing straight out.
We have now begun our taxi to the runway, and I'm just going to give it a little power and then hit the brakes. You can notice now the vibrations, the ground roll vibrations. And let's hit the brakes. You can hear the nice brake sounds. Reminds me a lot of XPRealistic. I think the sounds are pretty much the same sounds. You can hear the ground roll sounds as well. Alright, we are now at the runway. We are ready to go. Let's release the parking brake and give it full power. You can notice the vibrations. Nice sounds. That was actually pretty good, considering they're using airframe vibrations to imitate the camera movements. What we're going to do is we are going to make a turn and do a few maneuvers to listen to the airframe sounds, and then we're going to head back to the airport, land the aircraft, and take a look at the touchdown effect. Alright, let's listen to the airframe sounds. Nice sounds, quite immersive. I think it does offer that immersion level within, of course, the limits of the available SDK. Not much on the camera movement, but the sounds are definitely very well made, and they are pretty much the X-Plane 11 sounds that you find in XPRealistic. But I think overall, I think it does offer something new. It does offer a new level of immersion in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let's go ahead now and head back over to the airport and land the aircraft. Flaps are full. You can hear the flap drag now. Nice sounds. Not bad. And you can hear the brake sounds now. And the ground roll is definitely pretty good. Touchdown effect, not bad. But again, guys, just as a reminder, this is all done using airframe vibrations to imitate camera movement. And according to the developers, this product, FSRealistic, is FSRealistic Core. So this version is the core version, and a pro version will be provided at a later time once the SDK allows for more manipulation of available features in Microsoft Flight Simulator, such as the camera movement. So I think it is really a product that provides good immersion level in terms of the sound, the ambient sounds, whether it's the airport sounds, the aircraft sounds, the cockpit, the drag, and does offer a little bit of camera movements or camera movement imitations, to be exact, to provide an extra level of immersion and enhance your experience in the flight sim. Alright, here's what we're going to do now. We are going to load a jetliner into a larger airport and take a look at FSRealistic. Now that we have seen how FSRealistic handles the Cessna 152, let's take a look at what immersion level it brings to a jetliner such as this 787. We are currently situated at London Heathrow Airport, ready for takeoff. One of the nice things in FSRealistic is that it will detect the type of aircraft you're flying. It will then load a default profile for that aircraft. It would enable the most suitable features for that aircraft. For example, you can see that the auto speed brake is now enabled. Let's take a listen. As you can see, the sounds are quite nice and quite immersive as well. Alright, let's go ahead and give it full power and take off, and we're going to come back and land to see how FSRealistic handles this 787. Parking brake is released. Full power. Nice movement. Nice sounds as we roll down the runway. Again, the vibrations are not exactly what you would see, but it's a good imitation based on vibration of the airframe. Right, let's rotate at about 150 knots or so. Rotate. Buzz rate, gears going up. And you can hear the nice flap, I beg your pardon, the gear going up sound. This is the sound that we're accustomed to when retracting the landing gear of a Boeing aircraft. Nice immersive sound. Alright, and we're going to bring the 787 now to land. Let's make sure the speed brake is armed.
127.525 Virgin Atlantic 626. Heathrow approach Virgin Atlantic 626 -0. Virgin Atlantic 626 Heathrow approach altimeter 30.
And you can take notice of the vibrations as we came into land. The passengers clapping in the back. They were happy about the landing. So the aim was to show you how the vibrations are implemented in FSRealistic, and as you've seen, they are quite nice. They are immersive, not exactly realistic, but again, this is done in accordance with the maximum available limit that the SDK allows, and I'm sure in the upcoming versions of FSRealistic that you'll see something a lot more immersive as long as the SDK allows it. So right now, all the vibrations are done using really the airframe vibration. So there is no other add-on that does this today for Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is quite good. Now that we've taken a look at how FSRealistic handles a jetliner, let's see what it brings for helicopters. We are currently situated at LaGuardia Airport, and now you can hear the ambient airport sounds that FSRealistic brings to the sim. We are in a free mod for Microsoft Flight Simulator, that is the helicopter that you see, and we're going to now take a look at how FSRealistic handles helicopters. FSRealistic has automatically detected that we're flying a helicopter and therefore enabled the blade slapping sounds by default. Let's take a listen. And of course we can change the sounds to match our liking. Alright, let's go ahead and start the helicopter and take it for a short flight.
Echo Charlie Bravo taxi to and hold short at runway for using taxiway Alpha Echo Bravo. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway for using taxiway.
We are now airborne in this helicopter. Let's make a few turns. You can hear the sounds now of FSRealistic. There you go. You can hear the FSRealistic sounds. Again, brings nice level of immersion to the experience of flying a helicopter. The sounds, again, are very important in any add-on. Just listen to those sounds. It's beautiful.
Charlie Bravo.
And there you have it, the sounds and the immersion that FSRealistic brings to flying a helicopter.
Request flight following. Delta, Hotel.
Well folks, this pretty much brings us to the conclusion of our preview video of FSRealistic. The add-on, in my view, brings definitely that extra level of immersion to your flying experience in this sim. It injects realistic sounds both at the airport and aircraft levels and brings some movements to the aircraft that makes your experience a little better. Though the movements of the camera are not exactly realistic, but this is a limitation of the SDK provided by Microsoft. It is worthwhile mentioning that FSRealistic is titled FSRealistic Core. This version has limitations that the SDK has imposed. FSRealistic Pro is to follow as soon as the SDK allows for better integration and more realistic camera movements. Those who elect to purchase FSRealistic Pro in the future will definitely receive a discount according to the developer. In terms of price and release date, I do not have any information from the developer as to the price. However, I can tell you that this add-on will definitely bring a lot of immersion to your flying experience and really enhances the sounds both at the airport and aircraft levels. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.